Welcome to Somerset Weekly Wrap-Up for the week of September 15th to September 21st. The Somerset Middle School Building Committee on Monday discussed asking the Board of Selectmen to approve more money for the new middle school project. Bids for the project came in over budget, and special town meeting voters rejected a request for $9.9 million in additional money for the project. The committee discussed asking for the selectmen to approve an additional $9.9 million for the project. Alan Smith, the chair of the selectmen, said he did not think it was appropriate for the selectmen to circumvent town meeting. The committee discussed asking the selectmen to approve less than the $9 million so that they would not have to cut out some educational spaces within the building, such as a technology classroom and an art classroom. The committee decided that it will do an analysis on how much it will cost to preserve some of the educational spaces in the project and then make a proposal to the selectmen. At their meeting on Wednesday night, the selectmen went over a list of 15 articles for voters to decide on at the October 17th special town meeting. 3 articles on the warrant will each ask for $75,000 to be approved to pay for school resource officers. Police Chief Todd Costa and Town Administrator Mark Alucci said there will be other costs not included in that amount of money for benefits and equipment for the police officers. That money would cover the costs of the police officers for 8 months, since the town is already into its fiscal year. 2 of the articles would fund collective bargaining agreements for the Water Pollution Control Department and Water Department. How much money will be voted on for those departments has not been determined yet. Voters will also be asked to approve of $220,000 to fund the collective bargaining agreement for the Highway Department. Voters will be asked to approve of $25,000 as Somerset's share of the cost of a vehicle for the animal control officer. Swansea would pay for the rest of the cost of that vehicle. The fire department is asking for $70,000 for a new utility vehicle and $20,000 to purchase defibrillators. An omnibus article will ask for $130,000 for the town administrator's budget to help pay for a consultant who is helping in the transition of a new town administrator and who is catching up on projects that the town is behind on because it has not had a full-time town administrator for the past year. Also in that omnibus article, $10,000 is being requested for the Veterans Agent Office to pay former Veterans Agent Heather Cheatham to fill the position while the town looks for a permanent replacement for Rebecca Jennings, who recently resigned from the position. The $10,000 will also help pay for additional hours for the assistant to the Veterans Agent. Another article will request $40,000 for the Highway Department to do stormwater management testing that it is required to do. Voters will be asked to approve of $105,200 in supplemental funding for the expansion of the parking lot and paving at the police department. Another article asks for $6,000 to buy cell phones for department heads. The school department is requesting $50,000 to hire a consultant to assess school safety. The Somerset Water Department has had discussions with a debt collection agency about pursuing customers who have large overdue bills. Paul Sylvia, superintendent of the Water Department and Sewer Department, said the agency would concentrate on customers who have overdue bills between $5,000 and $13,000. He said there are 74 customers who owe in that range. Sylvia said the Water Department would not start the collections process until it has software in place. The Water Department has had a long list of overdue bills for several years and has tried different approaches to get people to pay those bills. The stage for the Spirit of Somerset Family Fun Day and 2 benches at Somerset Village Waterfront Park were dedicated to the late town administrator John McAuliffe on Saturday. McAuliffe served as Somerset's town administrator for about 10 years. He established the Spirit of Somerset Family Fun Day, an event with music, food, children's activities, boat rides on the Taunton River, and fireworks that has been going on for 21 years. John's brother, Michael McAuliffe, came to the Spirit of Somerset Family Fun Day on Saturday to say a few words about his brother and the dedications. Mike Perry, who has worked for the town for about 35 years, has informed the selectmen that he will be retiring as a custodian for the town. He has taken care of the town office building and COA center for many years. Perry's last day on the job will be November 17th. In sports, the Somerset Berkeley Regional High School football team beat Lawrence 48-22 last Saturday. The teams were tied at 16 at halftime before the Blue Raiders exploded in the last two quarters. Running backs Davis Sullivan and Ashton Corey were running all over the Lancers. Sullivan had 139 yards and 2 touchdowns on 16 carries and 1 catch for a touchdown. Corey had 145 yards on 19 carries and 3 touchdowns. It was the first win of the season for the Blue Raiders. The Somerset Berkeley Regional High School girls soccer team beat Bourne 7-1 on Wednesday. SBRHS scored 4 goals in the first half and 3 in the second half. Jocelyn Wilson had a hat trick in the game for the Blue Raiders. She scored 2 goals in the first half and 1 in the second half. Julia Costa assisted on her first goal, which was the first goal of the game. Costa also assisted on Wilson's third goal. Ari Seshia had a goal and 3 assists in the game. Madison Fisher had an assist on Seshia's first goal. Seshia assisted on goals by Wilson, Mia Gentile, and Emily Fernandez. Brooke Fisher scored the last goal for Somerset Berkeley, and Wilson assisted on that goal. The Somerset Berkeley Regional High School boys soccer team traveled to Bourne on Wednesday and beat the Canalmen 2-0. The Blue Raiders had 1 goal in each half, with Cam Freitas scoring 22 minutes into the game on a penalty kick, and Max Geronimo scoring 79 minutes into the game off an assist from James Doucette. SBRHS goalkeeper Evan Furtado had 1 save. With the win over the South Coast Conference opponent, Somerset Berkeley improved its record to 3-2-1 overall on the season and 3-1-1 in the SCC. Thank you for tuning in to Somerset Weekly Wrap-Up. We will see you next week with news from around Somerset.